Hello YouTube, Arthur here, and Happy New Year! First video of 2026. So can I ask you to hit like button and subscribe right now as a part of holiday event? Thanks. Yes, it's about like week or so, but because it's the first, so Happy New Year and all other holidays. And today we're in history of Saint Nicholas. I really wonder, did Euler waited just to make Saint Nicholas history of during like this Christmas New Year time, and he like keep as another Easter egg for all this history of thing. If yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that it was choose like right now. For me, it should be earlier but yeah, back to the history of Saint Nick and to the Saint Nicholas. I believe Saint Nick started playing like even before me, so he have a lot of tracks. He have different type of tracks, and to have this history of is very good because it's like helped me widen my understanding of Saint Nick. Because right now I understand that we have basically three type of Saint Nicholas tracks, or his attitude or like building types. First one, it's the SL tracks. Beginner friendly, nicely decorated, everything fine, almost everyone can finish them. Then second one is tracks for showcase. Slightly harder, not for everyone, could be tricky, like I believe this Utah Adventure Tour was built for showcase. At least I first played in showcase, and as you can see, it's like way older version of Zipkist where no paraglide for beautiful beta, so this is the only way how we can fly. Yeah. Back to the type of Nick. So the first one, we will never see it here. Second one is like showcase, slightly harder but doable, not for everyone, but like small practice and you can do, especially like tracks like this one. And third one, which is like I believe tracks for just for Nick, just for another special events, like, and they're overcomplicated or too long, or like, every says that can be like two. So yeah, and in this history of probably we will see like the second one and third one Nick. So yeah. And it's good because, again, as I said, I saw tracks that I never saw and they're quite hard. For example, this track, it's not the hardest one. I believe I first playing it in a showcase, but as you can see, this track like have a really good feature, a bug that was discovered, that if you put it like ladders uphill, you not losing speed. At specific angle of this ladder you even can gain its speed. So yeah, it's like Unity stuff, but it's cool to have it here and it's very nice. If you don't know, you try to avoid it, and yeah, you're losing like 3 to 4 speed per ladder. The rock tug, I don't know how to pronounce it, but yet again I believe this track from showcase, at least I first played in showcase, and I couldn't repeat this trick which I did at the beginning, like jumping and turning correctly into the turn, and that's why I was slower. Again, I could complain it on several things, like it's the old track, physics change, or it's probably the first time when I play Zipkis this year, so I'm like rusty, and yeah. Overall, still finish is a good thing, not the fastest way, but finish is a finish. Abator, yet another very specific track, probably again from showcase, something like that. The problem is the flash. I really don't like flashy tracks. They're basically it's some kind of like ice, they're slippery, maybe slightly slippery than grass. Yeah, so you need to be very careful. You need to think through all your turns, and all these bombs, you can hit them, you can crush them. So yeah, the only good thing for me that I was faster than my personal time before that. So it is good, it is nice, but Flash is not the easy surface. So I'm really happy that's finished. We have a lot of people who didn't finish this track because, again, Flash is a hard scene, hard and slippery. And for the next track, like Rose Gold Heights, it's way long track, like more than 2 minutes. I don't even know, did Sentnik have longer track than this one, or it's his like the most long thing that he ever built. At some point I failed my first attempt. It was like the loop thing, and yet again still I don't did this track was built specifically for showcase, or it just happened that it was built in the week of the showcase, and it was like one of the, not the first showcases, but the starting one, because at some point there was a rule like you should not have a long track, like not more than 2 minutes or something like that. So yeah, quite long track, and honestly I don't like such type of tracks on any like showcases, like history of, or any limited time events. Like for example, when you have like 1 or 2 attempts and that's it, especially when it's so long and you can't restart on checkpoints. So small error around, like yeah, like the loop was around 2 minutes and the track around 220, so it basically was at the end where I crash, and like yeah, you need to start over, and not always you have a time. And small spoiler alert, this time I also didn't finish because I failed near the end, like literally at bare last element, because I was too, I don't know, like cocky. I thought that this is a good idea to do small cut, and eventually it did not go well. So I didn't do the things that I usually try to do, like be safer. And again, I had all chances to finish this. I even like let my like GTR Ghost go in front of me just to try repeat his trajectory, which I knew that was safe. And as you can see, I almost on the same speed. I try to keep them in the distance that I can see him and not try to like overtake him, because it's a long track and I could failed. Yeah, like here, yeah, I thought for some reason I could do it, like do this small jump cut and it's better, but it's not. So yeah, not the best approach. Same for the next track, like 422 is 422, and I don't have time on this track, and you will see at the end why, because it's hard track, it's annoyingly hard. I still think that this track was in showcase. I'm not sure. Technique wasn't on the Roland stream, so yeah, no any new feature, new idea, like picks or ways how and why Nick built such track and when he built. So yeah, so I just assume if I'm wrong, please let me know if you watch this. If I'm right, yeah, just let me know did this track was in showcase. Anyway, I have like 3 or 4 attempts, and each time I didn't have like a good amount of speed to go into this like, uphill grass thing. So yeah, Saint Nick can build very hard, very annoying track. And Vase of Grass. Oh, this track I play a lot of times. So I believe this track was in the last year history of showcases. I believe Roland took it, so I have a great practice on it. And as you can see, it will prove my point. So have the same track like too close to each other, like couple weeks, even a month, even when I'm like not playing the CPs, I'm pretty bad. Right now, Rusty is, I beat my personal best time quite significant. So yeah, like repeat, train, and you will become better. Especially for me, it was a great thing that I could do this last pipe loop on a glide, which always could be very tricky for me, but this time I felt that it was pretty smooth and I did it quite easy. And the lighthouse on Kirky Island, and so because this is a Kirky, I never play this track because I never take time like part in the Kirky, just because I don't have time. It's not very good time for me. So yeah, and so this track have two parts. One is like grip, and it's probably longer without boosters. You need to do something. And one is like have very like toppy part where you drift, and I believe there is like a boosters which built in the way that you need to be on a specific angle as they start working. Really cool track. I hope. For the people I not always love such type of drift track, but this one was nice because you can finish it. Even though I slightly like, I consider it cheating. I not do it the correct way. I use the barriers, but finish is a finish, and finish in a good place. I really enjoyed. Oh yeah, by the way, we will have only 10 tracks this time, and this is the last one. On the Ronan stream, Ronan said that you should always take on the first like split right pass, just because there is a small cut that you can do on the left because there is a tree there. So yeah, for me this track was slightly confusing, at least at the end. I didn't manage only one of like this hard jump almost at the end, and I just, because of the tree and how like the color on the track was, I missed the checkpoint and the road where I need to go. So I tried to do this in the correct way, like turn over and go, because I didn't have time. But yeah, failed a lot. So yeah, this was all history of Saint Nick. Was very hard track for me, but to be fair, all tracks touch hard, and Saint Nick can build pretty doable track when he wants. Like a lot of ZSL tracks is built this way, very approachable, but Saint Nick apparently didn't want to include them here. So yeah, really interesting history of. Happy to see Saint Nick from slightly different, harder side. Happy to know that I have this side, and not really enjoying of the track because I'm really bad at it. But as always, it is what it is. And yeah, as always, leave likes, subscribes, and what your thoughts about history of Saint Nick? Do you know about his like darker, harder side? See you on the next video. Bye.